Dahlonega Mine Train. As a basic mine train that you don't hear much about, I wasn't expecting much from this ride until I rode and loved Runaway Mine Train's first part at Six Flags over Texas. Then I was very hopeful that this would be another surprisingly great ride since it is a similar old classic mine train. However, my expectations were not fulfilled, as Dahlonega Mine Train had some elements that were only okay. Find out why in this review. After the success of the very first mine train at Six Flags over Texas, Six Flags invested in putting a mine train coaster in their second property, Six Flags over Georgia. Similarly, this coaster features a wooden setting with sparse theming, a helix-focused family coaster, and a wooden tunnel that launches you down the final drop into a real tunnel. If you're wondering about the name, as I was, Dahlonega is a town in northern Georgia where there was a gold rush in 1828, hence why it's an appropriate name for a Georgia mine train coaster. Unlike its counterpart at Six Flags over Texas, the lap bars for this coaster come all the way down, despite being shared by each row in the car. Over Texas's mine train left a few inches of room between me and the lap bar. Over Georgia's pinned me snugly. Since I was riding this coaster alone, and its main elements are laterals in the helixes, this seemed like a real bummer as it negated how great this ride can be. After exiting the station, you're treated to passing a few well-themed sheds that house where extra roller coaster trains can be stored. This visual is actually really nice and a fantastic way to start out the experience before going up the first of 3 different lift hills. Then you begin going through some helixes. The theming here is only sparse trees, so it isn't that beautiful with a large amount of open space. The first turn is taken slow, though you get some of the laterals that will push you to the left side of the train before going down a relatively forgettable hill. Then you navigate close to the ground before going over 2 bunny hills that offer no airtime. Looking at this layout, I feel there really could be some nice execution here, under the right circumstances, but it is just a slow and fun family coaster instead. The second lift hill drops you off into more helixes and turns. This is where you really start to feel the forces pushing you out of the train. However, with the snug lap bars, you're not going too far, other than into whoever decides to sit next to you. The downward helix and final turn of this section offer these strong feelings and the best laterals of the ride. The bunny hill here, again, offers nothing. Finally, you go up the third lift hill and turn around to enter a tunnel. Before, with a water ride next to this turn, it probably looked a lot better, but now it just feels empty. This tunnel drops you off a decent drop, though not as good as over Texas's mine train. However, the real quirk this ride has is how it violently twists you to the right once you enter the tunnel, something that you really can't see coming. Then it snaps you back to the left so you can enter the brake run and station. As a coaster for families, Dahlonega Mine Train offers a little bit of everything to be a perfect family mix, especially given its age. However, as an actual roller coaster, there is a lot that Dahlonega Mine Train leaves on the table. If it tried harder, its helixes could be solid and forceful. Its bunny hills could be exciting, and its final drop could be memorable. But for me, these elements just didn't hit. So I'm left with nice theming for the extra trains and a weird twisted tunnel track that I can't decide if I actually like. Overall, how good is Dahlonega Mine Train? I just can't appreciate the ride experience and elements on this coaster. Though it offers nothing bad and potentially has potential, like its counterpart, to be something truly special. I rank this as a subpar family coaster, placing it below Cobra's Curse at Busch Gardens Tampa Bay and right above Mini Mine Train at Six Flags Over Texas. What are your thoughts on Dahlonega Mine Train? Is it a good family coaster? Or a below average one? Do you feel Six Flags should invest in making this a truly enjoyable coaster? Or keep it calm and as it is for the families visiting Six Flags Over Georgia? Let me know, and as always, Tap Kunkrap!